بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحابه وموالاه وبعد. Today on physics at SWOPS academic online class, we are going to be dealing with projectile motion. We are still on it. We have traveled through what we know as time of light, T maxi, which is the maximum time to reach the point of projection, total time of light, where we discussed small t and we discussed the capital T. So you can check more on how we prove t equals to u sine theta all upon what? All upon g. This is t maxi. Then capital T equals to what? 2u sine theta all upon what? All upon g. So go and check our video to know more about that. We have proved that. Now today, what we are going to be proving is what? Maximum height. Maximum height. I told you that the graph, this is the graph for projectile motion. If this is the graph for projectile motion, this is how the thing is. A projectile motion is a motion which will move in what? In a semi-parabolic pattern. Meaning from here to here. This is what we know as horizontal range. Horizontal range. Here, as you are seeing, it is what we know as our u, our velocity. Why this place is what we know as our height, which is our h. Are we together? And if this is our height, this height, what is the formula for calculating that? That is what we want to look into. What is the formula for what? For calculating this. That's what we want to look into. Now, which is this? Let's relate it to this. How do they get u square sine square theta all upon 2g? How did they get that? So that's what we want to look into. Now, since we have understood this diagram now, let's try and see how we can prove this. This video is mainly prepared for the WAEC student, the NECO and the NAPTEP student, preparing ahead for the exam. In physics class, they can ask you, in physics exam, they can ask you to prove this. Please, don't forget to subscribe, like and share to the needies. So this now, recall from your equation of motion. We have three different equations of what? Motion. We have three different equations of motion, which we have the what? You will now make use of the third equation of motion, which is what? No, second equation of motion, which is what? Which is v square u square plus what? 2as. So please, one thing I need, this is the first step. You have to cram that. V square equals to u square plus 2as. So this is the formula, this is the equation we are going to use to prove this. How can we relate this with this? What is the relationship between this to this? Now, know that one thing, after putting this, which is this, what? Step 1. The step 2 is, wherever you see, this is h, which is maximum height, h max. Now, there's no h here, and we have to make h the subject of the formula according to this, maximum height. This is the formula. Is there h here? No. All you need to do, this is s, where s here is still the same thing, is representing h. It is height. S here is also height. Wherever I'm seeing s, what will I be putting? S equals to what? H. Therefore, I'm not in need of s. I'll be substituting in what? What? H. Wherever I'm seeing s, I'll be putting in h. The second thing is, this v equals to is the final velocity, which will be what? Equals to 0. Are we together? Is 0. And here will be the initial velocity. Final velocity, when it's moving vertically upward, the velocity vertically upward, the velocity will be, the final one will be 0, because it's returning back. Why this initial? The velocity from the point of where it starts, where you threw your stone like this. So which is the what? U equals to what? We all know that u equals to what? U equals to uy, equals to u sine what? Sine theta. Wherever I'm seeing u, I'll be putting in what? U sine what? Sine theta. Well, know that this is u squared. So I'll be putting it there. What again? This g this A rather, which is acceleration due to the gravity, you come, you put A. Wherever you see A, you'll be putting in what? Minus G. Because the acceleration due to the gravity, why am I putting minus? It's also is returning down, it's coming down. Whatever you throw up, will surely comes down, unless it escape, it undergo an escape velocity. So there is that under that. Unless it undergo what? Then permit me to use this one adage. We say Yoruba adage, Lala to loke ile nimbo. So whatever that goes up will surely comes down. So now this will now be minus G. Minus G, not G. So acceleration due to the gravity, acceleration, wherever I'm saying A, I'll be putting in what? Minus G. Now let's quickly input these parameters. Let's quickly input this what? These parameters. Note that this is this v square. Let me rewrite it. V square equals to u square plus what? 2as. Is that not? Now, whenever I'm saying v, what will I be putting? I'll be slotting in what? Is 0. This will be 0 square. Is that not? Equals to what is our u? U sine theta, which is what? U sine theta all in square plus what follow? 2. The sign that joins this together is times. In the bracket, we can make a times a bracket, which is what is our A? Minus G, according to this. Then our S will change to what? We change to H. So that's what we actually need, which is H. So what follows? Now let's be doing the calculation aspect of this, which will be 0 times 0 is 0 times 0, and what? This times this, it will be this square. This square is for both this and this. That means we have how many? U square. Are you with me? Then sine square theta. This is how you do. You don't do it like this. This is how you do. Sine square theta. That means we have sine square theta. We have sine square theta. We have angle. This square is also reacting with this theta. Then reacting with this. So this is what you are going to get. Plus, let's make it plus times minus. Let's quickly do that. Plus times minus will give you what? Minus 2. 2 times G. G times H. 2GH. This 2. Step 2. Then what follows? 0 times 0 will give you what? Is 0. Are we together? All equals to u square sine square theta minus 2GH. Now, let's do the next thing. Collect the like terms. Because it is this we want to make the subject of the formula. Find a means to erase this particular one here. Find a means to erase all this as well. Now, bring this back. Firstly, erase this before you erase this. Bring this back. Is 0. When this is coming, it is plus that is here. When it's crossing equal sign, it will change to what? Minus u square sine square theta. Are you with me? Equals to, what are we having here? Minus 2GH. Is 0 minus this, nothing minus something, we get what? Something. That means there is nothing here. 0 has gone. We mean minus u square sine square theta equals to what? Equals to minus 2GH. Are we? Minus settles minus. What are we looking for? It is H. Divide through by 2G. Divide this by 2G. This settles this. Hope you are finding it interesting. If you are finding this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe. So this settles this. We are left with what here? H. Therefore, u square sine square theta all upon what? 2G equals to what? H. Now compare this one with this. Are they not the same thing? They are the same thing. So in nutshell, we can rearrange them. It will be, this is H. You can bring it like this. H equals to, we didn't tamper anything. U square sine square theta all upon what? 2G. This is the final something. Whereas, make sure when you get to this in exam, try and tell them the name. Each particular parameters signify their name. Where H happens to be the what? Maximum height. U happens to be the initial velocity. this happens to be the angle, while this happens to be the what? Acceleration due to the gravity, which is 9.8 meter per second square, or what? 10 meter per second square. It depends on what you are asked to use. Are we together? That is how we prove this. You can see this and this now, are they not the same thing? From what? From this particular second equation of motion. Are we together? Let's quickly go for this. I hope you are jotting it down. Try and put it down. So it's going to be useful and more helpful for you. So that is that. So inshallah, in our next video, it will be on the calculation. But let's quickly do this one. How do I use all these formula that we have been proving? How can we use it to calculate? Now, but without knowing this formula, without knowing how to prove this formula, how can you go to calculation? Firstly, you have to get the foundation. Get the foundation. What is the foundation? By knowing how to arrive at this formula. So let's quickly do maximum range. I've told you maximum range when I drew the what? Drew the diagram of what? Projectile motion. You know, I call this one, I call it what? Horizontal range. It's still the same thing as maximum what? Range. That's what we want to what? Prove now. Recall that. Just know that this is what you use. Maximum range is denoted as R, which will be UT. This is the formula you use, the first step to do. When you ask to prove something of this, the first step you do is this. Where T, always know that T is what? Time of flight. We also call this total time of flight. Time of what? Of flight. Or what? Or total time of what? Flight. Are we together? I hope you are getting it. And already you know T. That is T equals to TU, 2U sine theta all upon what? All upon G. This is it. So that is that another. So now that is time of flight. Why this U? This U will be US. Why am I putting US? You know, in this one I'm putting UY. That means U on the vertical axis. Why U? You know, this is how our diagram look like. This one in physics graph, as we explained in our previous something under physics, this is Y axis, this is X axis. The range is on the X axis. That is why we make UX. U on the horizontal axis. Are we together? So I hope you get that. If you find this video helpful, one more time, don't forget to also like and share to the needy. Subscribe. Press the subscribe button for more videos on these and many more of our science subjects. So now what follow? After this is the first thing to do. The next thing is you know, we say UY equals to U sine theta. But when this is on the vertical axis, but this range is on the horizontal axis, so you try and change it to U what? We have said it earlier, UX. Then this will not be sine again. When an object moves on the horizontal axis, it is cos. So you put what? Cos theta. And this aspect is very important for those of you battling with trigonometry. As a trigonometry aspect of the mathematics, you can even still get it here in physics. So this is just a clue on what? Trigonometry. And now, whenever I'm saying U, I'll be putting in what? UX cos theta. Cos, why am I changing it to cos? Is as a result of its travel on the what? Horizontal axis. You don't need to use sine again. It will now be, let's go back. It will be R equals to U. Are we together? Cos what? U cos theta. You can put X here if you want to put. In the bracket, it is times that is joining them together. What is it? This is 2U. If you can recall the time of total time of flight that I wrote just now, 2U sine theta all upon what? All upon G. Then you times them together. If you times them together, you will know that you arrive to this. How? This will be R. Are we together? Equals to. Now this will be. This is U. This is U. Which is what now? Let's try and expand them. This will come and match this. It will be what? U what? u square, are we together? These two, this is 2. I haven't make use of the 2. It is just this and this that I match together. Now this is what? 2. Leave it aside. Make sure that this cos theta and sin theta in trigonometry or in calculus as well. Cos theta and sin theta will give us what? Sine. You know, this is, what are we having? Remain what that we haven't had? Remain cos theta, are we? And what? Times is a bracket. Times what? Sine what? Sine theta. Then you will add the 2 to it. Where is the 2? This is the 2. 2 cos theta times 2 sine theta. You know that is how the thing is. Let's look. There's not any magic there. This is 2. These 2, I've matched it with this. Then I match this with this. That's what I do. So it will now be, that is why I'm having 2 sine theta. You can put 2. We can firstly write sine, then put cos. Or firstly write cos, but they are all the same thing. 2 cos theta times sine theta will give you what? Sine 2 theta. Cos theta, sine theta, it is sine. But with these 2, you put 2 theta there. Are we together? Because these 2 initially, when you are like doing the y ds of it, it is a constant. It goes. Cos theta, sine theta will give us sine 2 theta. So whenever I'm seeing all these things, all this one, I'll be replacing it with what? Sine what? Sine 2 theta. Let's see. Is it matching with this? It's matching. Are we together? Now, what follows? Should I clean the board? Let me clean this. What follows? It's that, you know, already this is G that is down. This G is over 1 here. So this times 1 will be G. That means I'm having what? Half now will be U squared. Are we together? 2 cos theta times 2 sin theta. It will be also sin 2 theta. Whenever I'm seeing all this one and this together, I'll be putting what? I'll be putting what? Sine what? Sine 2 theta. All upon. This is over 1. This is G. 1 times G will give us G. That is that under that. That's how you put. And note that once you get to this check now, they are the same thing. Once you get to this level, try and tell them that half stand for what? Maximum range. Here, and its SI unit is also meter. This is initial velocity, meter per second. This is the angle in degree, while this is the acceleration due to the gravity in 9.8 as a constant, or what? 10 meter per what? Per second square. That is the acceleration. That is that under that. I still remain my humble self, Akorede Oluwayinka, assigned at sub academic class. Don't forget to always greet your anxiety. Wherever you are at the state of what? The state of, you know, troubling, try and greet your anxiety. When you greet your anxiety, what I mean by greeting your anxiety is that if you are having an exam on front or on the upcoming days ahead, try and tell your mind, relax, I'm going to pass it. And don't put your mind to score 100 in that exam. Put it in the middle. By now, put it in the middle. That inshallah I will surely pass this exam. I put everything to always greet. See, those whoever fail to greet their anxiety, that is the advice of today. Those people that fail to greet their anxiety, they always fail. They are always failure. That it is me, I can do it, I will score 300. In the debate, I'm going to win them. They have forget that only Allah can make everything what? Prosper. So be in the middle, pray to Allah, and try your best, pull in your best, and be in the middle. Then you will see that at the outcome of everything, you will score 100. But if you have it in mind that I want to score 100, you will later get back to 50 over 100, or 40 over 100, or 20 over 100. That is the first thing. Then the second thing I want you to put in your career is that there are 5P: prayerful, preparation, prevent, poor performance. Always be prayerful, hold your God tightly, hold Allah tightly. Then preparation, pray along with your prayer, don't just pray. Then prevent, when you are praying and you are reading as well, you are pulling your effort, it prevents you from having the poor performance. 5P. 5P. Prayerful preparation prevent poor performance. So that is the advice for today. I still remain my humble self as SWOPS Academic. Don't forget to share, like, and also subscribe. Stay blessed. More blessing. Jazakumullah khair.